Wagwan people, how's it going, man? It's Friday in the UK anyway. It's Friday today. Summer holidays. The weather has been atrocious. Sorry, that was a bit of a big word for me, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, there has been no decent weather since the holidays kicked off. What is that going on? What is going on there? What is that all about? Well, it's England, isn't it? It's what this country's about with weather. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick, you could do a podcast on drugs, mainly on cannabis, but I'm going to talk about different things, about medical side of it. Right, first of all, I'm going to say this, yeah, I ain't no professional, yeah, I've done a bit of research, I smoked the stuff for a long time, yeah, a long time, around the 30 year mark, yeah, just under 30 years. I see it growing up in the 90s when it was, you used to get a bit of soap bar, maybe a bit of squidgy black, bit of Thai weed, yeah. There weren't a lot of skunk around back then. Not like this new stuff that these kids are smoking. So yeah, I've been around it for quite a long time. I've brought up in Hazelmere. I was hanging around with a lot of older people. A friend of mine first gave it to me. I was quite young. Sorry, look, check this out. Best son in the whole world. This cup here was given to me by my Canadian mum. I've got loads of different mums, by the way. My Canadian mum, Juliet. She gave this to me before she went back to Canada. This cup's about 20 years old. Maybe longer, about 22 years old, I'd say. So, yeah. Coffee is my saviour, because I'm not sleeping very well, so in the daytime I need to drink coffee to get me through the day. But anyway, so back to what we were talking about. So, I grew up in the 90s, best era in my opinion, especially for hip-hop music. I smoked like hash, Rocky, Purple Haze, things like that when I was younger. Through the years, I've been seeing the cannabis strains that are coming out, flavoured, all this sort of stuff. It's quite scary as well, the strength of this stuff. Now, the strength of this stuff. I believe this is why a lot of the younger generation are now getting severe mental health problems, because they're smoking. Like, when we were smoking our cannabis back in the day, the THC levels were probably around the 8% mark. Some of the stuff that's on the street now is like 30%. You look at the stuff they have in America. You can go and buy it in shops in a lot of the states in America, yeah. They've made stuff out there which is like 99% pure. I mean, it's all in this country now. You got the vape pens, you got shatter, you got oils, you got shatter oils, you got concentrated cannabis, THC. The THC levels are through the roof now, yeah, and the kids are smoking this stuff, and it's destroying their brains. Now, the thing is, for me, I totally think that it should be legalized and given out appropriately. The scary thing about cannabis is the people that smoke it and they don't have a clue what they are talking about. I was with someone a while back and they were claiming to me that they need to smoke cannabis because it gives them pain relief. Now, they said they wanted to get a Medicard, and I said to them, you're not going to get a Medicard in this country like that. Just because you go to your doctors and say, I need it for pain relief, doesn't mean that they're going to give it to you. You need to see a specialist. You need to have like severe cancer, epilepsy, or lose a limb, and they might give it to you. But they're not just going to hand a canny card out to anyone. And this is, see, these people that think that they're just going to go and get a candy card like that because they smoke the stuff off the street for pain relief. Now, most of these people that smoke this stuff for pain relief don't even know, like, it's actually CBD. I've done, like I said, I don't know everything, but I've done bits of research, and correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Now, something in cannabis called CBD, and there's something else in there called AC/DC, and I'm not talking about the rock band. That doesn't mean that if you smoke this stuff it's going to start making you sing Highway to Hell, although I will say this, most people that start smoking cannabis, they do end up on a highway to hell, pun intended. But so the pain relief side is AC/DC or CBD. So these people that buy this stuff off street dealers, which is just full of THC, and it's got hardly no CBD in it at all, yeah, no AC/DC in it at all, yeah. And then they're sat there going, I smoke it for, and they've got to smoke 15 joints in a day, yeah, and they're still in pain, and they're sat there telling me, yeah, that, oh yeah, I smoke it for pain relief. Well, why are you still in pain then? If you're still, if you're smoking for pain relief, but you're still in pain, then you're not smoking the right stuff. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. So, you see, a lot of these people that smoke it in this country that just do not know what they're talking about, they're the reasons why this cannabis will never be legalised, because they abuse it. It's like when I explained to this person that said they wanted a Medicard, I said, yeah, right. I said, even if you got a Medicard and they gave you cannabis, they will give you a certain amount for the month. They'll give you like an ounce, because, like, say, over an ounce would be classed as that you're going to try and sell it, right? So they're going to give you like an ounce share for the month. If you smoke all that in a week, 2 weeks, you can't ring your doctor back up and say I need more, because they're going to be like, well, you're abusing it. This is what people need to get in their heads. A long time ago, this is scary, this one, yeah, this is a true story. Someone I know bought some MDMA, which is it's an upper, it's like ecstasy, Molly, it's known as in the States, whatever, yeah. So basically it's a raving drug. People take it, brings you up, makes you want to dance, makes you all lovey-dovey, want to hug, you know, reach for the lasers and all that, yeah. So someone I know brought some MDMA, and then they brought it round in front of me, and I had a look at it, and I said, that don't look like MDMA. They said, oh, it is. I promise you it's MDMA. And then I got a bag, had a little sniff to see what, you know, not actually sniff out my nose, but just a sniff to see what it was. It was methadone, MCAT, yeah? You know, the plant fertiliser that became a legal high back in, what, 2010 in this country? Someone had sold them methadone, MCAT, as MDMA. And this person was claiming to me they knew all this stuff about drugs. They'd been taking it for years, doing it for years and all this. And they didn't even know what they'd brought. They'd thought they'd brought... And I'm just sat there like, how does that even work out? Like, if you're going to take stuff, you need to research it. You need to know what you're taking. You need to know, like, you know, certain drugs, they make you dehydrated. You need to drink, like, ecstasy and MDMA, yeah? It was like in the rules when we used to take it 20 years ago. Drink plenty of water. Because you're dancing, you're sweating, you're getting dehydrated. This is one thing I learned, like, while I was taking all that crap. Yeah? But I'm not telling anyone to do this stuff, by the way. If anything, I'll tell people, don't get involved, yeah? It's the worst thing I ever did was get involved in all that shit, yeah? Anyway, so, cannabis, yeah? I believe it is a brilliant thing for medical purposes. It could save many lives. But it can also ruin many lives if it's not used appropriately, like anything. You know, what makes me laugh is these people that go and spend 30 quid a day on cannabis, saying that it's helping them for pain relief. You can get a prescription off your doctor and get some proper painkillers for £9 a month. So why are you spending £30 a day on something that don't work when you can go to your doctors and get something that will work? Does that make sense? Like, you know, why would you go spend £30 a day? I know people that are literally they will go and spend £30 a day. They won't even bother doing a food shop because they are too wrapped up in that stuff. Now, I've started one recovery to sort my life out, just to prove to sorry, I've got my hoodie on. It's warming up a bit, but it's not. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, I literally have got onto one recovery to prove to social services that I'm not on cannabis and I'm not taking drugs. Yeah, because I want to see my children, and I'll do anything for my children. A lot of people know this. So where was I going with this? See, I've lost it now. Sorry about this, people. Yeah, I'm on recovery, and when I told them, they said to me, "How do you feel not taking it no more?" And I said, "I feel fine. It's the easiest one to come off." I've sat in a room full with someone that couldn't get their cannabis, and they're literally on the phone begging for money, begging, asking me to ask my friends if I could get some money, get something on tick, yeah? And I'm sat there like, what is going on? I've seen heroin addicts with more self-respect than that, yeah? Now, cannabis is not actually addictive. It's not physical addiction, it's a mental addiction. It's all in the head. You think you need it. You don't need it. Trust me. You do not need that stuff. You function better without it. Yeah, alright, I know that we're all born with cannabis receptors in our bodies. But like I said, at the end of the day, you can live without it. Yeah? You'll probably live a better life without it if you don't get involved with it. And it's the one thing that we need to do, is we need to steer this generation, because we are the older generation. And what scares me is some of this older generation that have been smoking it for years don't know nothing about it. But they're letting their kids take it. What's that all about? Like I said, I firmly believe they should legalise it in this country for medical purposes, 100% properly legalise it. But I also do believe that they should actually sort of sell it like they sell alcohol. But, regulate it. So, don't have it so anyone can walk into a shop. Yeah, you have an age limit on it. You have to get some kind of certificate or card or something to say that you're a smoker, and you can only have a certain amount in your house. I think it's Spain. They have 2 plants per household they're allowed, or something like that. I think it was Spain. Correct me if I'm wrong again. It's just something I heard. But yeah, all I'm going to say, I do not condone drugs. Yeah, do not get involved in them. They ruin lives. They kill people. Once you get into it, it is difficult. Yeah, it's like you start off with cannabis and then you branch off. Yeah, it's like a gateway drug. It is really a gateway drug, because once you start one, then you start hanging around with certain people, then you start getting shown stuff. But I am sorting my life out right now. I'm trying my hardest. I'm literally being good. If you're gonna start taking this stuff, if you're gonna start smoking cannabis, if whatever drug you want to go start taking, research it. Yeah, research it, learn about it, because then when someone asks you a question about why do you take it, what do you know? What you're meant to do while you're on it. Do you know what's best for you while you're on it? At least if you can actually come out and you've done your research and you can actually explain to people what you know, people are going to respect you a bit more. I'll tell you that. I've met many a people in my time that take a lot of stuff and they don't have a frigging clue, and it scares me. Yeah, I know people in their 50s that claim they know everything. They don't know nothing. I'm telling them what I know, and they're like this. What? I didn't know that. I'm just like, you've been on this stuff for over 30 years, and you don't even know that. This whole thing with the Medicard, yeah? If you get a Medicard, it's cool. You got a Medicard. If you go and buy street cannabis off of a street dealer, you're not smoking medical cannabis. That Medicard will then become void. If you get caught with that cannabis by the police, they will arrest you and they will take your canny card off you, your medical card off you, because you're abusing it. That's what people need to realise, yeah? And again, this is why we do not stand a chance of getting this stuff legalised in this country. One day, maybe, we will. You know, fingers crossed. And I would like to see that in my time. Because I do know some people that take it for medical purposes. And it actually really benefits them. They actually can have a normal life. But they don't abuse it. And that is the thing, isn't it? It's like all drugs. Alcohol, cannabis, anything that's out there. If you abuse it, it's bad for you. Like food. You eat burgers every day. It's bad for you. Yeah? You eat them once a month. It's not going to do you much harm. Yeah? Or it's going to do very little. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to have a little chat about. About cannabis, drugs, and people just needing to learn what they are doing and just research things and stop with this whole I take it for medical purposes when you do not know what you are taking. Most stuff on the streets that people are smoking has got chemicals in it. Yeah, they pump chemicals in it so it grows faster, so that they can sell it quicker, so they can get bigger buds off it. They can put it on the streets quicker. They put stuff in it, yeah, and you're sat there telling me you're doing it for medical purposes. But what are you smoking? Ask yourself that. In fact, go ask your dealer that. What's in this? What's it grown with? What nutrients are they using? What lights are they using? Do your research, people. Don't sit there making out you know what you're doing, what you're saying. Don't make out you know it all, because you don't. Most of you out there don't. There's a few people out there that do. I've got some people that know a lot of stuff about cannabis because they've done their research. And respect to you, yeah? Respect to the people that do know it, yeah? Big shout out to you because, again, you've looked into it. You've taken your time out to find out what you are doing. Anyway, I'm not going to go on anymore because I'm just going to literally have a big, massive rant about this. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Again, just keep watching my things if you want to. I hope every one of my friends has a fantastic weekend. Thank you guys for tuning. Thank you guys, everyone. Love to everyone out there, all my friends, all my family. Just keep watching. Watch this space. I'm going to do another podcast in a few days. And have a great weekend, people. Stay out of trouble. If you can't stay out of trouble, well, just don't mention my name. No, I'm joking. Stay out of trouble. If you can't stay out of trouble, then well, it's your fault, isn't it? But yeah, just all be good to yourself. Be good to other people. Be kind, and just spread love and just kindness. And yeah, you'll go a long way in life. I tell you that right now. Peace, everyone, and speak to you soon. Yeah, love.